Hi everyone, welcome back to the Social Media Derby. We've got a great episode this week. All of us pretty much won, except for one terrorist down on the bottom right-hand side of your screen. But before we get into the football, for those of you watching on YouTube, please like, subscribe, drop a comment down below, share if you can. If you're listening on audio platforms, please subscribe, leave a 5-star review. All of that stuff super helpful. And of course, disclaimer, it's all jokes. These views expressed in the podcast are just entertainment. If they're not football related, please don't. They don't reflect any of our opinions. But let's get into the pod. Big weekend for me. Obviously, no game during the week, so not really going to chat about that too much. But United, Liverpool. We're going to start with that game. I'm going to bring Razor back in. We're going to start with that game since it's my only involvement in the chat. From my perspective, Khem, you better get your camera on real soon. But we're going to bring the neutral fans in first. United go to Anfield, get a 2-1 win. What did you guys make of the game? I'll start with you, Io. What was your opinion of the game on Sunday?
Now you boys deserve to win. It was a good performance by United. I was surprised at how good you guys actually looked. Could have been up by, I think, a couple goals in the first half, and then when things could have got a bit like touchy in the second half after they got their equaliser, you guys kind of held on, and it was a deserved win for sure. Obviously, Maguire coming to the rescue for you boys. I think you definitely lost your shape a bit when I think it was Diallo and Casemiro came off, and then you kind of changed your. Don't mean you changed your formation, but I guess the players that came on just definitely weren't the same. Didn't have the same impact, and that's what kind of brought Liverpool back into the game. But it was good to see. Obviously, both teams I do not like, but it was good to see Liverpool lose, and to see the continued demise of that team. And big Virgil again caught out for another mistake. That is always something to inject into the veins, as they say. And we were treated. It was a good game to watch. Obviously, as the boys know, I made a comment in the group chat that kind of set people off a bit, but we won't need to go over that again. But it was a good game to watch, and I think it just shows that Liverpool's definitely got a lot of fragility right now. And you guys should be happy, man. For at least once this season so far, you guys should definitely be happy with that performance.
Yeah, I mean, alongside the Chelsea win, sorry, Rhys, that's probably like the best result we've had this season. But I'd probably say the performance anyway, from a United perspective, was definitely more impressive, despite what Slot's been whinging and bitching and moaning about in every single press conference since. I think we set up really well. And contrary to like the XG and all the stats at the end of the game, which made it look like Liverpool absolutely peppered us, I felt like we were good value with the win. And of course, you have to ride a bit of luck, but if you think about the chances we had in the first half, Bruno hitting the outside of the post, Mount put one over the bar, like from about 5 yards out. Philly had to make a couple of decent saves, and that was all, I think, pretty much before Cody Gakpo hit the post, and Liverpool actually had a few chances with Isak and stuff like that. So if you think about it, if we were a bit more clinical, we could have been 2-3-0 up and clear by the time any of the Liverpool kind of stuff happened. So and if you think about it, from correct me if I'm wrong, guys, was it about 60 minutes that Slot went mad kamikaze and brought on the forwards and went 4-2-4? So I think that also had a big impact on how many chances Liverpool had after that. But because before that, I thought we were definitely in the game, if not edging it. What did you guys make of the first goal as well? Because there was a bit of complaining about McAllister head injury and should it have been stopped. Before we get to Khem and get his no doubt biased view on it, Razor, Rhys, do either one of you guys want to jump in? Do you think it should have been stopped, or do you think it was like a 50-50 call, or pretty normal to allow it to stand? You guys waiting for each other. Go on, Razor. Can't hear you, bro. I don't know if there's something going on with your mic, but it's not working. Rhys, do you want to jump in, bro? What did you make of it? Do you think it was normal to give the goal, or do you think it was potentially a dodgy decision?
I mean, no, I don't think it was that dodgy in the build-up of play. Yeah, I mean, but it on another day, different ref might have been a different story. I think you sort of take those because they will probably even themselves out over the season. But yeah, I don't think Liverpool can be too disgruntled, if you ask me.
Because the immediate reaction, Carragher was screaming about it. Right? I don't know if you guys watched with the comms on, but he was immediately going like the ref should have spotted it and was pointing towards that as kind of being a bit of a dodgy decision. I mean, Mbeumo also got smacked in that challenge, and he got straight up. So I could understand why the ref might think, maybe McAllister was staying down a bit longer to stop the counter. But obviously afterwards, you see he got absolutely totaled by Virgil, so he wasn't trying to fake it or anything. But I thought it wasn't that controversial. But what do you guys make of this chat around low block and long ball football? Because I think Arne Slot said it again yesterday after the Frankfurt game that finally they got to play a team that actually played on the ground and they could press them, and was kind of doing a Crimea River that they've had such a tough time against teams that aren't playing into their hands. Do you think he's just being a bit Jurgen Klopp salty, or do you think he's got a valid reason to say that?
100%. That's Klopp. That's the spirit of Klopp in the dressing room. Would you expect half these teams to come and actually play football if they don't have the ability? Like, it's just like
it was stupid. So stupid.
You're gonna play to your strengths.
Let me pose the question. Yeah, I get it. Like some of the teams they played in this run, I didn't really watch loads of the Galatasaray game, but I can imagine they were probably a bit scrappier. For parts of our game, obviously we did have that as a tactic, but I wouldn't call it like prime Stoke and like proper trying to do bully ball tactics. It was clearly to win second balls and then like kind of counter off the back of that. But also, if you think about some of the chances I just mentioned, some of them, I think the Bruno one off the side of the post was like a 15-16 pass move where the ball didn't go in. It wasn't a long ball up in the sky and created by Kevin Davies football. And I know the winner for Chelsea against Liverpool was definitely the Esteval goal, was another move that was like 15-16 passes, really well worked. So I don't know, Khem, we'll bring you in on this because you're finally stop messing about with your deliveries and all that, so you can finally give us your salty point of view. But what do you think of Slot's press conferences? Because he's definitely been, I don't know, he's been a little bit less diplomatic than he's been in last season and some earlier games.
I think, I don't actually listen to his press conference that much. Like, certainly after the United game, I couldn't. I was too busy trying to find a nice, I got Five Guys. I was trying to do something to help with the immediate depression of experiencing a defeat at the stadium to you cunts. But
why?
Yeah,
swear.
Why? But swear? Yeah, I made all four letters capital exclamation mark of all the teams. Unlucky number 13 had to be them. But I think, is it to do with long balls? I've not seen the full the statements and stuff. I think he keeps alluding to that. I think rather than admit that he's not been able to actually deal with teams that booed it, I don't know the full context. Maybe I don't know if there was a question exactly that he's just directly answering. So we have to factor that in when it's people's like second language as well. But we're not good against long ball, and this isn't just this season. It's going back all the way to the cup final. To be honest, Newcastle dealt with us with ease just by launching it, and that has worked. But also, you're going to expect to face that. I don't really understand the whole thing about it. If he was complaining, I don't really know, because teams are, you're not going to try and play the same style against Liverpool and try and counter press and keep a game open, because we will probably outscore you. So you have to try and play a different style. Like, I don't think there's any issue with that at all. I think Man United in particular, if you were to have a game plan to try and even get a point or as well, or even obviously a victory, your aim would be to try and score early, piss off the crowd, and then just manage the clock, which I think you've done really well, to be honest. Like, the whole game plan went perfectly for you guys. I think I just joined when you were talking about the first goal. It all happened so fast, so I didn't really have an issue with like a foul or something. Like it was right in front of me. I didn't really, because it's happened in our favor as well, where players have been down and we've played on for quite a while. It doesn't always lead to a goal or even a corner or anything, but we have played on. And I'm there at the TV saying, fuck him, let him stay on the floor. I don't give a shit. Because half the time the players are just faking it, aren't they? They're always holding their head. That's something, by the way, FIFA need to deal with. But I don't think it was an issue. My issue was actually Kirkes not closing the guy down quick enough. And the keeper should have saved it. He was poor on that one as well. I don't know if you guys...
What about Virgil? What about Virgil on that goal?
He's got a proper agenda against Kirk, isn't he?
Didn't he?
He does.
Didn't he? Well, he would have been out of position because he was obviously the one that knocked McAllister over. So he's obviously chasing.
He's also
back
the
anyway.
one that was ball watching that allowed Mbeumo to run off the back of him, and then shifted the blame to Konate to come and close the ball down. So he could have definitely done something.
I've only ever seen the goal once, which was there
live.
I
yeah.
had no intention of seeing the highlights, so I can only go off what I saw, which was because the whole game Kirkes was struggling to back off, like he was playing nervous. So I don't actually know if you'd have to go off the replay. But from what I saw, anyway, regardless, Virgil, Konate, Kirkes, whoever, the keeper was poor on that. That should have been saved anyway. It bounced off his hand and went in. It was Kinder Bueno's weaker foot and still went in after a minute. Cold celebration by him, by the way. I don't know if you've gone on to Maguire or not, but he had a solid game. Cunha had a very good game as well. And Bruno played the role of pantomime villain perfectly. If he wasn't doing his usual rat face, rolling around, moaning and shit, he'd be getting someone else to do it. I think it was actually genius. Loads of the fans were obviously getting irate about it, but I think it's gamesmanship. Like there'd be times where he'd be delaying a throw-in by moaning at the ref, and obviously the ref can't tell the guy to get on with it because he's busy listening to Bruno bitch and moans. I thought it was actually well played by him. I can't lie. And we missed a ton of chances. The first half we were god awful. I think that's one of the worst performances I've seen from us. The pattern of play, it was non-existent. Like for some reason McAllister was like playing really high, like the 10 and shit, and Szoboszlai. So there was like no one for the centre backs or the DM to give it to. So it was easy for you guys to defend against us. It was weird. It looked better yesterday with a few changes, but in terms of that match, hated all of it. Hated every second.
Spectacular watching, and I love that you were front row or medium row or wherever you were to watch Mbeumo score that, so he could celebrate just for you.
Can I just say, also, it was very humbling because before your goal, I think Maguire had a collision with someone who was on the floor, and we were all getting onto him, in the stands, and then I was like, "Get up, you fucking fridge!" And then loads of people laughing. So I'm there thinking, "Oh yes, I'm a Billy Big Bollocks here. I'm hilarious." And then he goes and heads in the goal and does like one of the coldest knee slides as well. Like it literally took the air out of the stadium. Like it was like someone had died, bro. It was just like, oh my days.
Yeah, I heard the atmosphere was pretty poor, so no doubt your presence was felt. Razor, do you want to jump in here, mate? Because we've been waiting for you to give your analysis. Because generally Io's very level-headed, Rhys as well, Khem, Khem's Khem. But what's your take on this whole slot chat? Like, do you think he's just being a salty so and so, or do you think there's something in it?
One, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yay. Two, Khem, don't go anywhere. Come back here.
He's literally gone somewhere.
Bruv? What's all of this about?
Why are you running?
Innit? Why are you running? Slot, yeah. I think we talk about this a lot in terms of keeping standards of judgment fair. And if Arteta's been accused of giving weird answers to questions that are tantamount to excuses, we had the same thing with another bald Dutchman, do you know what I'm saying, as well. I think we have to start like holding a light up to some of the things that he's saying, because like I said it before, I feel like the way that he's responded in some of the press conferences has been strange, to say the least. Do you know what I'm saying? I hear like there are different things that like you can't be the manager of Liverpool and coming out and saying like, oh, you know, like they didn't play the player that we thought they were going to play or whatever. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's not really relevant. I don't know if he's confused or if he's trying to like be funny. I'm not sure what his bag is, but yeah, to be honest, I was interested to see. I wanted to see, had Liverpool not been able to like, you know, get there against Frankfurt, I was interested what his like reasoning was going to be, because he seems to have a new thing that he kind of complains about or says is.
Has anyone actually listened to his statement in full, guys?
Yes, I listened to it. I injected it in afterwards. It was part of my post-match ritual when I was in between sending voice notes abusing you in the group chat.
Sorry,
I was listening to his full interview.
Go on, please enlighten us.
If saying it is always difficult to play against a team that defends in a low block and plays a long ball, how is that salty if he's saying it's difficult? Is that true or not? Well, not Antony, but we all support teams that are usually dominant in possession, right? Is it difficult or is it not to play against teams like that?
It's not really about whether it's difficult or not.
That's what he said.
Wait, no, hold on. Is that the level of analysis or insight or response required from a supposedly elite Premier League manager managing the champions who are losing a string of games? So he's basically like, if he's being asked what Liverpool's difficulties were, and he's saying they're in a low block, like they were playing in a low block, we had to play against it. Do you, as a Liverpool fan, do you find that to be a satisfactory answer? I guess that's my question.
Well, they did find it difficult to play against them because they only scored 1 goal.
But we didn't play in a low block, though. We played in a medium block.
Oh, my God, you're so woke. What the hell, bro? You were defending the whole match. Don't even try.
No, we weren't.
No, they weren't.
You didn't need to attack. We were jack shit.
You know what I'm asking as well. You know exactly what I'm asking in terms of like, if you were asking like, why are we failing to beat Manchester United at home?
That is the question you can ask. You can't ask this and say you played in a low block the whole time. Why was there civil war within the Arsenal ranks of this podcast in the first half when Aya was constantly talking about why don't we just take them on the way United are? So let's not reframe how that game went because the last 20 minutes were more defensive because we had a lead. That's always going to be the case. If you're going into the last 20 minutes at Anfield, to start defend the lead. But when the game was actually there to be won and it was an actual contest, bro, we weren't peppering you. No one was peppering anyone, but we were definitely going for the jugular and attacking you at every opportunity that we had. So now at the end with the stats, you can go to Stato or whatever and look at Opta stats or whatever and see 2 point whatever goal difference or XG or whatever expected goals. But if you actually watch that match in real time, you'll know that all of that came when Klopp lost his rag and went 4-2-4 from 60 minutes. And then that game became a low block, long ball, battle for everything game. But before then, the reason why these guys were all fighting with each other in the group chat and distracting from the match almost was because United were actually going for it. So
and I'm pretty sure
then he clarifies it. He then clarifies it.
No, wait. And to add, he also mentioned that he said, he expected United to play, I think, Sesko and play Sesko. And it's like, he literally is complaining about the fact the team has changed their lineup or formation against him. And it's all changed that. Like, that just isn't it's like, do you not expect teams to adapt?
Which is what Ray was saying when
also, guys, quickly, Sesko has started 2 games this season. So this idea, even that is dumb. We've started Cunha up front in the rest of the games that we've had in the season. So as much as what I was even saying is true, a proper manager could have also predicted that we may not play Sesko because we played Cunha in all the other games up front. But no, it was, they've played Sesko for the last couple of games, Crimea River. Why are teams trying to do something different against us? It's
if
ridiculous,
I'm honest, man. I wasn't happy with the team he put out anyway. So the whole game plan wasn't very good, regardless. So he's not going to turn around and say, "Yeah, I fucked it." He's going to turn around and say some bullshit reason, isn't it? Obviously, he's on the end of a 4th defeat in a row. But he does actually clarify that recently by saying he didn't mean any of that as a criticism. But I don't know why he's worrying about Sesko or any of these guys. You should just be focusing on your team and your setup because you're the home team. So I'm not here to defend any of those comments. I'm hearing these for the first time. But
It's
I wouldn't
also,
take
I
that
agree with
as-
you, it's
I wouldn't take that-
self-inflicted too, bro. It's
I wouldn't take that
self-inflicted
as-
too, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't take that as crazy
Liverpool
soul.
played a part in your loss in that game as well.
They
Right,
didn't play anything. They played
playing
rubbish.
well. You didn't play that well, and you were also super wasteful for the chances that you did have. Right, some of them obviously, like I think a lot of the basically all of the Gakpo chances minus his goal and the miss at the end were actually quite low XG chances because he actually made them look like a bigger chance for all of the ones where he smacked it against the post.
Yeah,
They're like half chances or semi-decent chances, but they were not glaring, right? So he's done really well. But for the other ones, Salah's chance is a massive one where it looks like he doesn't know how to kick a football suddenly. And the open goal header at the end is obviously a really bad miss. And then there were loads of like ricochets in the box in the late part of the game where hopefully you'd have someone with composure to do something. So there is part of it where I do think Slot is just deflecting his ass off, doing a Khem special and looking for stupid things to try and point to rather than saying, my team's not playing that well and I'm actually not doing a good job as a manager.
pretty much, yeah. I'm not going to disagree with that.
All right, let's go on to the Frankfurt game real quick, though, before we go on to the other two teams that we'll analyse a little bit. I watched it for the most part. Didn't look like an amazing game, but it did look like you just cut them open. And I don't know if you guys have watched Frankfurt and any of the other Champions League games, but they look rubbish, man. Because you look like you could have smacked them for 10. Like you missed bare chances in the last 15 minutes. It could have been a crazy score.
I won't get carried away with it because they, like you said, they won their first game 5-1 against a team that ended up beating us 1-0. And then they have subsequently lost 5-1 and then 5-1. So take the points and move on to the next one. I guess you're supposed to be beating a team that's incredibly disjointed like them. What I did like was the formation change where the midfielders played lower. It was nice to see the two strikers on the pitch together. And then kind of what it seems to be set out to use for the fullbacks to have the width. Frimpong went off injured immediately. His hamstrings, I think that's his second hamstring injury, and we're in October, so he's clearly, I don't know, it's not very good, is it? He's a fast twitch fiber kind of guy, and yeah. But Bradley had a decent game, so that was nice to see. And I'd like that to continue, hopefully, with the like us in possession. We weren't that great defensively in the first half. They were able to get at us a little bit, and obviously they still scored first anyway, and had a couple of chances. But we'll take it and we move on. I think there's a base to go with because this is the first time I've actually seen like what his ideas might be for this current team, because I've not seen it in any of the matches prior. So if this is the base that they can use to work with, then they can carry on with it. Whatever the results are, it's nice to kind of see what his intentions are with the team. I don't know what that means for Salah positionally on a regular basis. I'm sure he'll rotate, but yeah, they played well, some good goals, some set pieces as well. So maybe we'll have to dip into that for a little bit and try and emulate Harambal and get some goals from that. But yeah, we'll the next game's Brentford away, so that's probably a better judge of anything rather than Frankfurt.
Yeah, Slot's going to be absolutely singing like a canary after that game because
what I will say, sorry, why are we playing
so
Wednesday and Saturday again? Because they did this before after the Atletico match. Yeah, they have us Wednesday and playing Saturday. You guys play Tuesday and Sunday.
The excuses are coming. The excuses are already coming already.
And they're both away from home. I just want to get that out the way. I don't understand it. It's not good.
It's shocking behavior, mate. You're the champions. Deal with it. Honestly,
no. This is why he doesn't see a problem with the Slot moaning because it's just right off his own. That's off his own playbook. He's used to just whinging about everything. But yeah, before we wrap up this Liverpool chat and go to the Arsenal thing, guys, do like people have gone big on Salah, right? After the United game, definitely I saw some crazy stuff being said about him. People have also gone pretty strong on VVD. Do you think this is them coming down the hill and it looking long for them going forward, or do you just think it's a bad patch?
Good question. I'd say I think Salah's definitely on the. I think Salah's on the other side. I think you're seeing some regression there. Now he hasn't got the support, I guess, from the rest of the team. And then VVD, I just think it might just be complacency because he's been so good for so long. But yeah, I guess these mistakes, you just don't expect to be seeing them from him. But I think he's obviously still got that elite in him. But I think more so Salah might be more of a pressing issue. But it also could just be, it could be Slot as well. It could be the tactics. So I just guess, and we're still only in October. Like, you could turn it around for all we know. So I think it'll be too hard to judge him right now. But I'd say Salah's closer to being on the other side of the hill than VVD is.
Yeah, and maybe an element of it as well is they've been like positionally the best in the Prem for some time now, in terms of that has been the standard when you're talking about wingers and forwards. That has been the standard when you're talking about centre backs. And it's not completely unreasonable to think that, like, maybe not players specifically, but managers have figured out ways around their exceptionalism. Do you know what I mean? And like just being able to kind of game plan for a Salah effectively. And it's kind of, again, then it comes back to the gaffer in it. And, you know, like an Arsenal example is like Saka was doing his thing. Then we saw pretty much every single manager in the league be like, right, I want 2 of you, not 3 of you on him. Don't give him any room. Don't let him do that. And we've obviously had to get new personnel in, but then integrate them in a way that allows him to get more space to play. And I'm not sure if Slot's going to go down that route with Salah, or if he, quite reasonably, he could look at the amount of money that's spent in other areas on other players like Wirtz, Isak, Ekitike, and decide that he's going to set his new system up based on these investments that have been made for the future. And then Salah will rotate in and out, as Khem said.
Yeah, I find it really difficult. I think you're right, though, both of you. I think VVD's probably still got a place in the team, and he'll still have loads of games where he's absolutely dominant. But I think we might see more of these dodgy kind of ballerina games that he's been having recently more frequently throughout the season. Salah, I find it really hard to see how he's going to adapt to like a rotation piece role. I feel like he's the type of guy, he needs to be the focal point. And if it drops off majorly and he starts being dropped like he was in the Champions League now 2 games in a row, he may just decide, you know what, see you guys later. I'm off to Saudi to enjoy myself. But at the moment, I'm leaning towards the irrational feeling that they're both washed. So I loved your excuses and your reasoning, but I'm going to stick with them being washed. And yeah, 2-1. No one can say nothing to me right now. Let's go on to the Chelsea games then. 5-1. Smacked Ajax up, man. 3-0 over Forest as well. You were saying, Rhys, you're worried you're going to allow Ange to catch life because that's a Chelsea way, but you guys absolutely battered them, to be fair. I know they had some chances in the second half, but you guys could have been clear even off of that. So 2 wins in a row after this international break. How are you feeling, bro? You think this form can keep up for a bit longer?
All right. Still a bit pessimistic. Do you know what it is? We'll start with the Forest game. They could have been like 3 or 4 up in the first half. Can you hear me? Yeah, okay. Yeah, they definitely had quite a few chances in the first half, and I thought we would fumble, but until Maresca made like 3 changes, brought on Caicedo, and steadied the ship, and then we proceeded to obviously take the win. So yeah, we did look shaky, but I think that we showed quite good resilience to come through that, get through the first half 0-0, and then come out and then change the game ourselves. You do feel a bit bad for Ange, because on another day he might have taken that and he might have not got sacked 20 minutes after the game. But yeah, such is the life of a football manager. Ajax, yeah, they got quite an early red card, so it kind of made the game a lot easier for us. I think Maresca made like 9 or 10 changes in the game. Lavia got some good minutes in the tank. That was just a good game to build confidence going into the next game Sunderland, and then we got Tottenham after. So yeah, it's looking good. I'm happier. There's definitely still faults that we need to kind of address, but a lot more confident. Esteval just looks better and better every game. You're going to hear me speaking about him on this pod, every pod probably, because he's just obviously for every Rio and Gamoa we've got about 100 of those. So yeah, you can just have you can have the next one if you want. We'll give him to you as well. But that was a good game. Can I just mention, Khem, did you see Caicedo's long-range goal effort? I wondered if you saw that, because obviously, like, I know you're not familiar with his game, so you might want to run that up, or send it to Virgil.
Was it yesterday?
It was yesterday.
No, our games were at the same time.
I saw it. But nice. In all, I am pleased. It's sort of given us, like, I think the Liverpool result has allowed us to click on and get the results needed. Hopefully we can pick up an easy 3 points against Sunderland on the weekend, and then it's Tottenham the week after. So a bit more pleased, and not so many defensive mistakes, so I can't really complain, you know.
Yeah, man.
Don't you dare.
For 2 games away at Forest, which I know they're in a bit of a banter moment, but you never know. With that fixture, I think it's 12:30 kickoff is always dodgy, and then Ajax in quick succession to score 8 and only concede 1 when you've got so many defensive issues and playing Achimpong and a bunch of youngsters is pretty decent, man. So I get you. It's still early days, and those 2 games aren't the be all and end all, but still pretty impressive, man. And I do think, though, Sunderland's got to be more. We'll get to it in a minute when we talk predictions, but that is going to be a tough game, man. Sunderland are good, and you might have an easier time with Spurs considering how much you batter them all the time. And the Sunderland one might be actually really, really tricky. Did any of you guys see it? Because the Chelsea game yesterday, I should have really watched that. I don't know why I watched the Liverpool game, to be honest. It's just torture. But I really thought Frankfurt were going to beat them after 1-0. So I thought, all right, I'm just going to inject more joy. But yeah, you guys turned it around, so it made it a bit rough. But did any of you guys watch a Chelsea game? Because it looked like 5 different scorers, right? And a bit of a rout. So I don't know. Khem might be joking with title challengers, but what did the Arsenal man think about Chelsea's form at the moment?
I didn't watch it live. I watched the highlights, but just kind of building on what I've kind of thought about Chelsea recently. I don't know why, Rhys, and it seems like all the Chelsea fans, you know how all the Liverpool fans get given this little like, oh, woe is me kind of like song sheet to sing from. I feel like all the Chelsea ones have got this fake humble one to sing from at the same time, because it's like none of them, every Chelsea fan I know, they all want to avoid talking about being in any kind of contention for anything, but they look real good.
It's crazy, man.
Whenever you're talking about like people's predictions for the top teams, Chelsea are always up there. They move about in the order, but they're always up there. So yeah, I think it just kind of built on the expectation. But like, I do hear not getting carried away in the sense that like Ajax they're a side that Chelsea should be tucking away. Do you know what I mean? In my opinion.
Yeah, they were awful. They did. And from the time the red card went in, and from the time the red card happened, the game was over. Wout Weghorst tried to square up to Caicedo. I don't know who he thinks he is. Shit, Andy Carroll. That was a good game for us, man. I still don't think we could be anywhere near a title race. I mean, I think there's only one favourite now.
That's true.
And
who is it?
You're wearing the shirt, bro.
A certain manager.
Say my name. Destiny's Child.
Yours to lose.
It's yours to lose, man. If I think I've said this a couple seasons, and if Arteta can't do it this season, then he's never going to do it. But real talk, if he don't do it this season, I don't know when you're going to do it.
Am I doing it right, Khem?
You must. So, like, I know it's good. You like to deflect title challenges on us, but there's no challenges.
Oh, right. At least you just get that. I get deflected
sorry.
quadruple on my ass over the freaking week. I've never seen anyone do it, but apparently we're the ones most supposed to.
All right, we've got the perfect segue. Perfect segue into the Arsenal section then, guys. Fulham 1-0 on the weekend. Impressive win. Set piece, ole. It wasn't the greatest game, but I'll let you guys analyze it. But in terms of a neutral watch, it wasn't like a riveting game. That Atletico game, though, 4-0 at home. The first half was not amazing, but boy, the second half was. You guys turned it on. I know Gyökeres's goals were both, as Sean scored it, like the ugliest hat trick if he scored one off his arse, because it would have been his cock, his shin, and his arse if he scored with all of them. But he's still 4-0 at home to Simeone. Simeone's Atletico. 3 wins out of 3 in the Champions League, top of the league by 3 points. I saw something crazy saying the bookies made you favourites for both the Premier League and the Champions League now. So on that title talk, lads, come on.
Absolutely. There's
some pressure building. What did you guys make of the games first, and what do you make of that being the favourites right now?
Ayo, is there pressure building? Is there any more pressure than they said that was there at the beginning of the start of the season?
Exact same boat, man. The pressure's exact same. It's meant, yeah. Obviously, we're a solid team. I don't know why, like everyone before the season said it's Liverpool's league to lose when they signed all their signings. So I don't trying to change the narrative now because we've had a good start is hilarious. But yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why we're favourites for the Champions League. We are. I think we're obviously one of the competitors, but I still think Bayern and PSG should still be favourites ahead of us. I would say, just based off like their pedigree but obviously, it's good. It's been. I don't think there's been many times where Arsenal fan I could say been favourites for a Champions League and Premier League in my lifetime. So it's a nice feeling for sure. But now I think the pressure's. I think the boys, surprisingly, I think they all seem pretty level-headed, and yeah, I think we're just knowing how to get victories out, which is, I think that's the hardest part. We use games like Fulham is like we used to drop points there, so to take that win, and then obviously being Atletico 4-0 is just outrageous. And my Lewis Skelly in midfield campaign just has to keep going because that boy is way too talented to be. It's hard I don't know where he plays when he starts, but I need to see him in midfield as very sharpish because he's a special individual who needs to be playing football more regularly for us. But no, I think we're good. We're happy. And it's funny how set pieces are okay when you're from Scousland and you score a couple goals from there. But when you're from North London, it's all everyone wants to hate the set pieces. You know what I mean? It's a funny old world. When everyone else
we don't commit GBH when we.
I'll get out of here, man. Don't hear none of it talk, mate. We're talking right now, all right, mate. But nah, it was good. And I think being Atletico at home was always gonna be a hard game, but we made it look a bit simple, which is kind of new. And yeah, I think everyone was like predicting Harambo and a very defensive game, and we completed the opposite. So I think it's always good to prove people wrong. So yeah, happy days as an Arsenal fan right now.
We need to clip that up. Happy IO, no complaints, just joy. You got nothing to argue against, bro. What did you make of the games? I mean, you can argue with Khem and the bookie stuff.
I mean, it's not even like it's not an arguing thing. Again, I think obviously the expectations and some of the commentary on Arsenal, like I kind of mentioned it, has really been about. I think when people talk about us, you even said it kind of like not being fun to watch from a neutral perspective. I think people like kind of confuse that with us being like the game not being run in the way that we want it to be run, but they say that we're trying to play boring football because I feel like we had similar approaches to games that we've won 1-0, like we did against Fulham, and games that we've won by bigger margins, which is kind of like suffocating the game and like taking over in that way that we do and letting our like kind of like our systems and our passing and like letting the players like move around, overloading the defense, kind of confusing them in terms of who their man is. We're doing that. It's just that some teams, like a Fulham, are incredibly well drilled and disciplined and will not give up a lot of space. And then some teams, I don't know, I did expect Atletico to be kind of, I get what people are saying in terms of the expectation of the game, but like it was was 0-0 at half time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, half of that game was a ramble. The first
I don't
half
even-
was
I don't even
rough.
think it was haram ball. It was that there were chances, there was movement. I think it's just like we play in a way that suits us clearly in terms of how we're doing. Do you know what I'm saying? And I think there's always a way that people would prefer to see in terms of football. And I think it's interesting to see, because I said this, I think I said this time ago, I said this in preseason. I was like, do people care more about? It's funny. I think I asked Ayo this actually. I think I said, do you care more about how the football is played or the results? And man was like, I want to see beautiful football, but the results make man smile.
It's the problem, man. It's growing up on Wenger, man. Wenger got me loving beautiful football, but obviously we played beautiful football and lost a lot of games. So I'm trying to find that sweet spot. And as long as it's a tough one. It's tough.
Yeah, man. But yeah, not a lot to complain or argue about over these sides at the moment. Just good times, and roll on the weekend and all of that. 3-point collectors and that. You know what I'm saying. But in terms of like all of the it's Arsenal's league to lose and that, we all know where it is. You know what I mean? Like we all did this discussion like when we were supposedly like the only time people wanted to give us credit in terms of being favorites for the title before the season started was all like, oh, you got your striker. You said, is it Arteta's last season? Like you bought another defender. So do you know what I'm saying? It's like people wanted to like sort of be like, oh, these are all the reasons why you can't flop. But in terms of saying, who the favorites are, there was one team that were clearly the favorites before the season started. Do you know what I mean? In every single pundit, in almost every single like player, every single fan, analyst mind, like it's a team that waltzed to the league last season and then went and spent $500 million. So right now, the season is underway, and there's no point in me being like, oh, but you man are supposed to, and the bookie said it's fine, innit? All we can do now is do what we've been doing, which is playing games week to week. We're gonna analyze our form, and then at the end of the season, it's gonna come together. Do you know what I'm saying? We know better than anyone else. You can be top of the league for bare game weeks and not win the league. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm not even like gassed or anything like that. But as I've said before, certain man. They love bucking the smoke. No.
When you said bare game weeks, did you mean like 200 and something days or whatever it was?
Why are you talking? Frankfurt gave you confidence. Brentford might have something for you, bro.
The parade gave me confidence.
Brentford might have something for you.
They do.
You didn't think United would have something for you, and they had something for you, innit?
I didn't expect anything from them. I'm not gonna lie on that one.
You went halfway up the country to be the hater Harold meme, the pain in your eyes.
Hey, you can't at a man for going to games, right? That's one thing.
No, that's true. But may I also add?
No, wait, I can at you. It shouldn't take you fucking. It shouldn't be an 8-hour round trip from your door to your team's stadium, innit?
Oh,
I can at you.
Yeah, and the rest of London shouldn't be dropping parades on your head either. Like Spurs have 3 of them fangs. You ain't got one.
I would call you a one-trick pony, but that would be disrespectful to ponies. Like you don't have
personal, man.
Don't have anything else to say. Man are talking about your striker. You're like, oh, you have no parades. Man are talking about you losing it. Oh, you have no parades. You lost to Palace. Oh, no parades. All right, get it.
There's only one way to shut us up. Go to a parade.
And we're working on it, bro. But at the end of the day, you need to hold the fact that you might have been ducking the smoke. And like I said, I actually think this Frankfurt thing is the best thing for it because you might have gotten a little pep in your step. I like it. Yeah. Go back into you're gonna get.
I've already said I'm not gonna take anything from that. The Brentford's the real Frankfurt are not a good team.
No, man.
So may I also add like two things. I was you ain't taking anything from me. You're talking about words getting assists in the group chat, so you're very excited.
I'm happy for you, man.
He's still on the double O's, by the way, in the Prem.
He is definitely.
He needs to beat the case, bro.
And two, I think. I did say in preseason that City are going to be a lot more dangerous than people think, and so I don't think it's very wrong to write off City's title challenge anytime earlier. And I I can see them picking up a lot of form, which is
Stop shaking.
yeah. I'm not shaking. I'm just aware.
You
I
can
just
borrow my
knew this was
onesie.
gonna.
If
I
you're
knew
cold,
City were
shaking.
fine.
You can borrow my onesie.
I knew what was gonna happen, but I'm just saying it's like for everyone to think the fact Liverpool might not be as good as they are, or it's meant to be Arsenal's league to like easily coast to. I think it's ridiculously naive because obviously Man City are going to come back.
We're trash, man.
Why
That's
are
all
we,
you
why
want,
are we
bro.
talking about Liverpool again? Actually, this is meant to be the Arsenal segment. Can we talk
It
about
is,
how
exactly.
Arsenal
I'd
are?
like to
Can
give
we
you guys
talk
some
about?
credit.
Can we
I'd
talk
like
about
to credit you guys.
how Pastor Timber is taking the entire league and apparently half of Europe to church with
He's
him?
balling out.
He's baptizing guys on the wing. It's crazy. Does Calafiori have a position? We don't know. Find out next week on Arsenal Ball Z. Like, what are we saying, bro?
Auxiliary striker, bro. He's an auxiliary
We
striker
may,
from left.
and we may also have the best. We may also have the best centre back in the world currently right now because Gabriel Magalhaes is an absolute player.
Broski, how
He's
are
an
you?
absolute player.
And you see the screenshot of him from the Atletico game, yeah,
Mate.
where there's 5 men trying to mark him on the corner.
That man is
but
a
he's still
problem. He's a
And
problem.
Ken was trying to laugh. Ken was trying to laugh at us last week in the special segment that a couple of you man missed when we all said Gabriel, and he was acting like it was despicable.
He's a superstar, man.
That segment was just outrageous.
Do you know?
But you guys played really well against Fulham. Can I just say a quick one because I did actually watch that game. That is a tricky game, like Ray said. Like away to Fulham, they're well drilled. Marco Silva is a really good coach, and they'd have been really amped up for that. And those are the kind of games where you can easily throw away points. So like those are the ones where the performance doesn't really matter that much. You're supposed to win the game. You're expected to try and win the game. Just get the points, and you managed to get a clean sheet with it as well. And I think there's the phrase where they say there's certain results you look back on and you say, like, let's say if you do go on to achieve the objectives, those are the games you look back on and you say that's where we done our thing where we needed to win, because those are always potential banana skins. So that's something that's different about Arsenal, I'd say, so far this season, where you're always resolute, but you've managed to just getting the job done onto the next one. It seems like that at the moment, where you're not really getting too up and down. That's kind of the thing that goes on with the club and especially the fan base. You seem to be kind of level-headed for once, and you're staying the course. So I have to give credit, and that's 2 clean sheets as well. And I think the reason why the bookies are putting you high is not just because of like being like prisoners at the moment, but I saw somewhere, I don't have exact. It was one of those ones where my page refreshed really quickly. But at the Emirates, you guys don't even concede goals. I don't know, like the last year or year and a half, like you've played X amount of games and you've not actually let in any goals. So I think that's why you've been propelled up the charts in the Champions League anyway, in terms of the bookies, because teams are going to have to try and pepper you at their own ground because they're not getting anything at yours. So that's why.
Yeah, I don't know. A whole year that seems like a very booky stat, but maybe I did see some stuff about you guys not conceding shots or something. I heard something about like the other. I think it was it Atleti or the Fulham game? Like
I think it was the Fulham and the game before that.
Yeah.
First time the team's ever not conceded a shot on target or something like that. Ridiculous.
The defense is scary, man. The defense is scary. I still think going forward, you got like things to work on. Like Saka's obviously Saka, but Gyökeres, I know he scored a couple goals, but
he's here, bro. Wait for him. Wait on it, bro. He's here.
But you know what? We should talk about Martinelli.
I want to talk about Gyökeres. Can we talk about Gyökeres briefly?
It's your last 9 games. You haven't conceded in your last 9 games.
Man tried to show us the phone. That's crazy.
With bright light on.
Oh yeah, but no, yeah. Your last 9 games in the Champions League at home, you haven't conceded a goal.
Oh yeah. In the Champions League,
that's what I meant. That's why
you're conceded 3 in the Prem all season.
It's outrageous, but
that's why you're favourite.
Yeah, we can't go wrong. But now it's like I think our biggest thing is Gok, as you said. That's Ray was saying. Like once he's now, hopefully, just if he gets confidence, then I'd be a bit more. Like
I think the goals are coming.
The goals are
coming.
Man.
I think everything that we've seen, like the goals are coming, and it's kind of like what I referred to earlier when I was saying like we were overloaded in terms of relying on Saka, and you saw like when Saka wasn't there, like our attack was impotent. you would have like people going up into space. Even when Saka was there, if Saka has the ball, if you got like a Havertz or a Marino, they're not going to run into that channel. Odegaard wants the ball on the end of the box. Havertz wants that cut back. Declan Rice wants the ball on the edge of the box or arriving late. We didn't have anyone who was really stretching and pushing defenders, always like fighting, wrestling with guys, going for it. And even when Havertz had his best form for the club, arguably it was when he was doing a bit of that. And all the goals were, well, everyone was saying they were shit goals. Like he was scuffing them, just like pushing people over, bundling them into the net. You know what I'm saying? So it's genuinely having that force there. I think he's unlocking. You want to talk about Martinelli, and I think one of the reasons why Martinelli looks a lot better is because we've got a much more balanced, like sort of approach to attacking now. Because we're not letting teams put 2, 3, 4 players in the channel and just clog up where Saka is. And I think a large part of that is down to Gyökeres, and it's making everyone else look better and play better. And I think when he starts getting his Buki goals, Dick to Gyökeres and whatever else, yeah, when he starts getting them Buki goals, yeah, that's a sign that it's going to start clicking. Do you know what I mean? He was on a drought. He's come off the drought now. He's going to play a little bit more relaxed. I think he's going to score this weekend, lads.
I think we got to give credit to Martinelli as well, though, because I do think he's upped his game beyond that. Like some of that goal he scored against Atleti, first time finish. I think this season in general.
But you know what's annoyed me more?
He's been good, really
good.
You know
what's annoyed me more about that Martinelli finish though is he had the exact same chance last year against PSG and he bottled it. And so I'm glad that he's improved on it. And I'm glad that he knows how to finish those chances now. But I think that's what made me. Maybe it's a confidence thing. Maybe he just feels a bit more at ease now. There's not much pressure in being the starting left winger. But yeah, he's looked good, man. I think the bench has definitely given him a bit more. Maybe not humbled him, but maybe it's given a bit more fire in his belly down. That when he has to play now, he's got to turn up a bit more. He's got to make sure he has an impact. So
competition.
Exactly, man. That's what this team.
Yeah.
That's what the team needs, man. Exactly. Like it's not to the level of Chelsea where you've just got 4 or 5 people fighting for a position, but
they're fighting for a job.
Their job is on the line.
They're fighting to supply the bomb squad.
So I think Martinelli, man, it's true. You got to give him props for what he's been doing for us, and yeah, the finish was sublime. But I think again, MLS that was all him as well. So yeah, no, we can't. It's not bad. It's not bad over North London for now. It's a good time.
Book annual leave in May.
I feel like with Martinelli as well, we're talking about competition for places, but I think it might even be simpler than that. It might be like rest, being able to come on in at times of games when he was able to affect the game state in a massive way because of the kind of player that he is. He's really dynamic. You know, there's certain things that Martinelli's going to do, and he does them very well. But the problem that we were facing, I would say, a lot last season and the season before was that Martinelli was the one thing that we had on that side. Really, do you know what I mean? That's like how many times did we see 72, 75, 81 minutes of Martinelli just going boom, boom, boom down that, like head down the left wing, you know what I mean? And now he's actually being employed at times when it makes more sense, either tactically as an impact sub or from the start of games against defenses that it suits. And that's why I think we're getting more joy. I think we're going to see more joy again because the team's got more depth and we've got more stuff. And I know I've said this a lot and I love KT in it, but we kept seeing Kieran Tierney play left wing in it, bro. I don't think people are deep in. Like Martinelli was working because Saka kept performing and delivering on like goals and assists and everything like that. He was a star boy, yes, yeah. Everyone was kind of like, "Oh, Saka is so peak. He has to play so many games. When will Arteta like let him have a day off?" Like Saka doesn't want to play every game. Yeah. These times Martinelli was looking like he was playing too many games and didn't want to play every minute of every game. And everyone was just like, what happened to this bum? He's not doing no baile funk no more. Where's the Brazilian in him gone? And myself included, you know what I mean? Like he's a player that I've got a lot of love for, but like I think he needed to get his joy back. And I don't think he was having the most joyful time before. And I'm very glad that he's having more joy. Like that finish was good, but like to be honest, He's been moving crazy this season.
Yeah,
Dinking,
multiple finishes.
Finishes better than bruv. He's. We just need an outside of the box screamer, and he's pretty much wrapped up a year's worth of like goal highlights, and we're about to hit November.
Yeah, no, he's been really good, man. I think he's definitely got a good fight and cause to be in the starting 11 going forward. But it's that dilemma, isn't it? He's so good as an impact, or he's shown this season anyway. He's been so good as an impact sub and coming in at different points in the game. It's working out when to actually put him in the starting 11. But it's a good problem to have, man. Top of the league. I don't think you guys are top of the Champions League based on goal difference, but you're like top 4 or 5, 3 wins out of 3. Yeah, I think all of us on here would be happy with that. So yeah, Arsenal for the title and Champions League. Here we come. And let's get into the
I'm a long
previews
way
now
from signing petitions for Noni not to join the club.
We shout out Noni, man. He's still there. He's
I
still
love how many
still
like
there,
running agendas we've all got at the same time, just popping out at different moments. It's class. All right, let's get into the previews for yeah, nice one, Rhys. We've got to get into the previews for game week 9. Come on, bro. We're getting into the previews for game week 9. So Chelsea first up, 12:30 kickoff at home to Sunderland. But before we get into that, I'm just going to go through the prediction league real quick because we had a lot of changes actually in the table. Io's been kicked off to top spot. So yeah, John's is not, but actually, to be fair, Io, your points didn't get affected because you didn't have a correct score anyway. So you got the same anyway.
Because I panicked. You made me panic. That's what happened. I panicked when I set my
things in. Bro. It's your own fault, bro. Johnson's first now. He's got 31 points, 5 correct scores. Io, you're still in second, so you're in touching distance, 30 points, 5 correct scores. Khem, you're in third, 30 points, 4 correct scores. Joint with Razor, you got the same score and same correct scores, so it's just alphabetical split. Rhys is in 5th, 29 points, 5 correct scores. I'm in 6th, 25 points, 3 correct scores. Nash is the real loser in this, which is not the first time he's probably heard that. He's got 18 points, 1 correct score, but he actually did have a correct score this week. But because of his late submission, he does not get the full points. So I know he's punching the air somewhere. Probably a couple times for that little dig as well. But yeah, so we'll start off with Chelsea Sunderland. I'll just give out Johnson's correct score. His prediction first. So he's gone 2-1 Chelsea. Io will go to you since you're second. What's your prediction on this game?
The fact you're saying since I'm second, I haven't heard that in a long time. So this is actually breaking my heart.
Arsenal,
I've usually been the one going first. I've gone 3-1 Chelsea. Hopefully. Actually, no. What am I hoping? I don't actually know. I don't even want them to win, but they're gonna win. He might as well win 3-1. So I think confidence is high. Sunderland's a good team, but I can see Chelsea running out winners, and I feel like they're scoring a lot of goals. So yeah, I can see that happening.
Yeah, 3-1 for you then. All right, Razor, what's your Khem, you're next in the league. What's your prediction for Chelsea Sunderland?
2-0 Chelsea, and they'll continue their title challenge.
Razor, what's your prediction in this one?
I've gone 4-2 to Chelsea. I think it's going to be a goal fest.
Yeah, that is a lot of goals, but again, yeah.
I'm predicting big bozo moments. I think Sanchez has got minimum 1.5 bozo moments in him tomorrow. Yeah, take the over on that. You know what I'm saying?
Rhys, what's your prediction on this one as well? And obviously, as a Chelsea fan, how do you think it's going to go?
I'm hoping. I went 2-0. I think Sunderland. I think they'll start out being difficult to break down. But I think once the first goal comes, Caicedo banger, then I think we'll finish it off with another goal. But I think it'll be difficult. I don't think there'll be that many goals, but I'm hoping 1 goal conceded in the last 2. So hopefully we can keep up the solid defence. Fofana had a good game yesterday, so maybe if he's available, he might be able to play. So yeah, I've gone 2-0. Maybe Mark Guiu as well. What a player. don't even know about him, but I'll tell you soon.
Didn't you loan him out to Sunderland and then brought him
Yeah.
back? Is
Yeah, because
Gio Derby.
yeah, custody for Gio battle.
All right, so you've gone 2-0 in the end. I've gone 3-1. So yeah, I think you guys will get the dub, but Sunderland are decent, man. So I wouldn't be shocked if they score first or something like that, and then you guys pull away somewhere near the end of the game. Nash has gone 2-0. So yeah, we've pretty much all gone Chelsea wins there. Mostly all by 2 clear goals. Johnson's the only one that's gone a tight 2-1. So let's see how that goes. So yeah, if Sunderland get the win or the draw, because by the way, those last 2 games, none of us, not one single person on this pod got a single point with the predictions for the Tottenham or the United Liverpool game. So we had a very poor end to our predictions. But let's go on to the United Brighton game. Fucking hell, here we go. Johnson's gone 2-1 Brighton, so he's got me in the mood. Io, what's your prediction on this one?
I've gone 2-2 just because you guys are at home. So I think, there'll be goals. But yeah, I can see a 2-2 draw.
Yeah, makes sense. Brighton's record against us is phenomenal. I think they've actually got even a better record against us than Liverpool or Arsenal do in the last 3-4 years. So it's a tricky game. Khem, what's your prediction on it?
1-1. Pure hate. That's
fair.
it. Belabor to run rings around you lot.
I don't think that is pure hate, man.
No, it is from me.
Oh, fair enough. From you, it should be. Yeah.
I want you to be
Razor,
miserable
what's your
again.
prediction? What's your prediction on it?
I've gone. So I'm playing tactical within the prediction league here. I've gone 2-1 United. So I figured that only you and maybe Nash would be crazy enough to predict a United win. So if United win, I get the benefit of not losing points out on the people who are ahead of me in the table, is my thinking. I did think, I thought more of them would go for Brighton win, to be fair, and I think it might actually be a draw. So now my tactics have been revealed, and they've also been revealed as not very effective. But that is the score that I sent you. And United are doing crazy things right now. They beat Liverpool. Who knows what they can do?
Oh man, the times are tough when we're just so overjoyed about this. But yeah, fair enough. I think that's a very tactical approach to it. Rhys, what's your prediction on this one?
I went 1-1, but I'm now thinking about it. I don't know whether to go 2-2, just because of the goals. But no, I'll stay with 1-1. I think United have to take some confidence from Liverpool, but I think Brighton will come to play.
Brighton are a good team, man. And they were looking, I wasn't that impressed with the first few game weeks, but the last couple weeks, they've looked really, really good. Welbs has just rolled back the years, continues to look amazing for someone who's 37, 38? He's balling out. So yeah, they're a really good team, man. I'm just, Razor, you just called it perfectly. So I'll reveal Nash's prediction in a minute. But yeah, I've gone 2-1 United as well. It's mostly just hope, and just I can't take another defeat after a win. So we need to just build some momentum. But I wish we were playing someone really, really shit this week, and a promoted team or something like that to build on it, because Brighton's not someone that you want to play when you're trying to build the momentum. And it'll be interesting to see what tactics we go with, because weirdly, I think playing the same kind of fighting for second balls, being a little bit more astute with our playing out from the back and not necessarily doing it every time might be the best approach for Brighton, because they're really good pressing and counter pressing team as well. So I expect us to be, all right, mate. Well, I expect us to be Senna Lamans playing it long to Big Cesc, and us winning the second balls, and Burmo maybe having an impact, and us kind of shithousing a win. But I don't see it being an easy game for sure. And yeah, Nash has gone 2-1 United as well. So Razor, you've called that perfectly. That's exactly how me and Nash have gone. Let's go on to the Brentford Liverpool game. Okay, so I have to hold my hand up. I've been saying Brentford are absolutely shit for about 7 or 8 of these 9 game weeks so far. They've humbled me, and now I'm praying to God that they're going to slap up Liverpool on the weekend. But yeah, let's see how that game goes. Johns has gone surprisingly 2-1 Liverpool, which I'm sure he's done through gritted teeth. But Io, what's your prediction on this one?
I've gone 1-1. Yeah, I think hopefully just Coyote just absolutely drilling long throws into that box with no remorse. And pause. I see Ray's reaction there. Settle down, Ray. Come on, mate. Settle. Just absolutely. Let me change it. Launching long balls into the box. I hope that sounds
much better.
Launching long balls into the box from those throw-ins. So I could see that causing some problems. So hopefully 1-1. I think Liverpool definitely score, but I think confidence is a bit still low. So yeah, hopefully 1-1. Fingers crossed. Childish, boys. Childish.
Nah, that was the looks like Khem's gone off cam. So are you back, bro? What's your prediction on this Liverpool game?
It's because of Ray. I had to. But yeah, 2-0 Liverpool.
You're not going to give us any analysis, any kind of prediction on your own team, or you've been so shit that you're sick of it?
Yeah, just that's it really. I expect us to beat them. We'll see what happens. 8 p.m. game, difficult match, but fuck it, let's get it.
Sounds like he's gonna cry talking about him. Oh my days,
he's the only one. Khem is always the only one that specifies what time the fucking game is. If it's 12:30, he'll go, yeah, it's a 12:30 kickoff. It's tough. If it's 8 p.m., it's an 8 p.m. kickoff. It's tough. If it's 3 p.m., it's the 3 p.m. blackout. It's tough. If it's 5 p.m., like, come on, bro. Just the game is played when the game's played. You've got bigger problems than when the game's going to be played. You've got to fight off KOD and all these, long balls and low blocks that you and your manager keep whinging about. So focus on that, man. Don't focus on the time. Reza, what's your prediction on this one, bro?
Do you know what's worse? They might not even play Coyote. And then that'll piss Slot right off. He's not the player that we expected to play against, and that's bang out of order. That is. I'm also like, is he actually Coyote? Is his name Coyote? Like, where's he from?
It's definitely Coyote.
Okay,
obviously. It's this, but obviously you got to change it for the.
Yeah, no, I'm not enjoying that. I'm not enjoying that. I think Liverpool are going to win 3-1. I can't see them keeping a clean sheet, but I think that Frankfurt bounce is going to continue. I think Slot's doing some interesting things, maybe by accident. But yeah, like, they definitely looked better the way that they lined up yesterday. And like Brentford are out here, but like Liverpool's not going to be a game that they've got earmarked for key to their survival. Do you know what I'm saying? So I think they're going to go and kind of take what they're given, and I think it's up to Liverpool to kind of dictate that they're not given much, which they can do. But I can't see them keeping a clean sheet. I can't see it. Can he see it? So yeah, 3-1 in it.
All right, yeah. So we've got loads of 2-1s and 3-1s. Rhys, what's your prediction on this?
Yeah, I went 2-1. I think Liverpool definitely have a goal to concede in them. And yeah, like you said, there'll be a lot of low balls and long blocks. No, sorry, long balls and low blocks. I'm fucking.
Oh, man, that is a big pause, that one.
Massive. I'm going 2-1. I think the question whether Salah will start. I think Liverpool do look good, maybe without him. But Ekitike as well, I think he is proven he is a quality striker, whether Isak is performing or not. So I think they will take the win, but only just.
Yeah, I'm not sure, man. I do think the starting 11 and the lineup will dictate whether Liverpool can actually get a result in this. Because if Slot does the ballsy move and keep Salah on the bench, start Ekitike, then I think they can do it, and I expect that to work better for them. But if he goes back to the egos and the superstars and puts Salah back, puts Isak back, benches Ekatike, and does that bullshit that he's been doing recently, then I actually think Brentford can turn him over. So right now it's a bit of a 50-50 for me. So that's why I'm going to go for Brentford 2, Liverpool 2. I just think there's going to be goals in it. And I mean, we're kind of forgetting that early first 3-4 weeks of Liverpool, it was goals galore, man. Even the wins they were getting, it was your 4-2s and your 3-2s, and there was goals everywhere. So I can see this kryptonite style of play that Brentford are going to play, causing Liverpool some problems. So yeah, I'm going to go 2-2. Nash has gone 2-1 Liverpool as well. So yeah, pretty much everyone's got Liverpool win, and the hater in me and Io, I guess, has gone draw. So yeah, hopefully we're proven right on that one. Arsenal Palace. All right, this is a big game. It's the Eze derby. Palace have obviously been doing really well. I know they lost their winning streak, and everyone was changing their bios on Twitter for some reason off the back of it. It was pretty pathetic, to be honest. But yeah, Arsenal have had a tough run against Palace recently. A lot of draws in there and some drop points here and there. So tough game. Johnson's gone 2-1 Arsenal. Io, what's your prediction on this one?
A quick correction is the Nketiah derby as well, just to make sure we are aware. Let's make sure we put some credit for Eddie. But no, I've gone 3-1 Arsenal. I think obviously we've got goals in us, but Palace, obviously we don't concede, but I can see Palace. I think they're still running high on a bit of form, so I think they can definitely grab one. They might maybe even take the lead, or maybe go 1-1. But then I think we'll maybe get 2 late goals, and yeah, should be hopefully it's a bit more comfortable, because could Palace cause a lot of problems for a lot of teams. But fingers crossed, because we're at home, we're riding high on form. We find a way to stifle them, and yeah, 3-1 to the boys.
All right, so you guys still going to be top at the end of the weekend with that prediction then. Khem, what's your prediction on this game?
I've gone 0-0. So at the time of the predictions, I think I just sent mine quickly, and it might have been during the Frankfurt-Liverpool match. So my head might have still been a little bit hot during the moment. So there's a lot of hate in that prediction as well as the United one. So I'm just going to stick with it. I don't think anyone's predicted a 0-0. So yeah, that correct score would look very nice.
Yeah, I can't even remember. I don't know about you lads, but I can't even remember a 0-0 in the Prem recently. So that's a far-fetched one, but I hear it. The hate's strong. Razors, what's your prediction in this one, bro?
My observation is that Khem's an idiot. My prediction is 2-0 to the Arsenal. That's no disrespect to the Eagles. I think Palace have been great. I just think the reason that I think we're going to win, because I think we're we're in a position where Palace are playing European football for the first time. Like the level on their squad, and today they played. Let me get this right. They're Cypriot, but I think it's AK Larnaca at home, and they lost 1-0 to them. And I just think that's a side. I'm not saying anything really to do. I mean, obviously made that prediction before they played the game, but I did also think like that's the signs of fatigue, because really like a Cypriot league side or a team that Crystal Palace should be beating in Europa. Do you know what I'm saying? In conference or whatever it is. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like they're playing in Europe. I think that's going to have an effect on their rotation. It's going to have an effect on like weariness. I know Khem was complaining about the fact that they had to play on Wednesday, but Palace having to play on Thursday and then play on Sunday. So I think that's all going to have an effect. And I think that plus the fact that we've got fucking best defense in Europe pretty much at the moment, I think we'll be able to hold out that clean sheet. And so that's why I've gone 2-0. I hear everyone. I hear you. But as Io said, it is not just the Eze derby. Because, there was a point in time when your defense was in trouble if Nketiah was in the room. So Eddie the Eagle, be nice to see you, mate. Not too nice. All of that.
This is the most shout-outs Eddie Nketiah is going to get on this pod. But big him up. He did score against Liverpool the other day, so I do.
And that's exactly why. That's why we love him.
Rhys, what's your prediction on this one, bro?
I went 3-1 Arsenal. I think once they get the first goal, I think they'll probably get more confidence in the game and then get a couple more. I do think Palace will score though. They do have a good attacking three in Sarr, Pino, and Mateta. So I do fancy Mateta to get a goal. But yeah, I think overall, like Ray just kind of mentioned, Palace don't have the depth to kind of play midweek and on the weekend. So I do think they'll struggle, especially on a game like this. So yeah, 3-1.
So do you guys know if Palace actually played quite a full strength squad in this Europa Conference or whatever it was?
I'm trying to see, but I can't even see it.
I would imagine for them to lose to a Cypriot team, no offense to Cypriots out there, but you would expect them to rotate quite a bit, no?
They played Munoz, Lacroix, Gahey, Lerma, Hughes, Mitchell, Sarr, Pino, and Mateta. And yeah, like the substitutions came late. Do you know what I mean? Like we're seeing
so they went for it.
60th minute, 71st minute, 87th minute, 71st minute. Do you know what I'm saying? So it therefore doesn't. It was their first. Whether it was like a big game or an important game, or they were looking at Arsenal, the league, or whatever, it was their first home game, I think, in the competition. I'm not sure about that, but I think it was their first home game in the competition. So you want to win in front of your fans. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what those European nights for. That's what that competition is about. Do you know what I mean? Bringing European football to more sides, more fans getting to enjoy that. And yeah, I can imagine like Palace are a very proud like sort of club and fan base. They're going to want to win that game. And it looks like they tried to win that game and they nearly managed to get like some points. And yeah,
I'm surprised at that though, man.
I think people underestimate a lot of like. I think the other thing is, again, it goes back to what we say about like some of the quote unquote big six clubs in Europe as well compared to the other leagues. How much effort do you I haven't looked it up, but how much effort do you think AEK Larnaca put into the 3 fucking like games that they had before Palace? Do you know what I mean? This is definitely the highlight. They'd never beaten English opposition before in Europe before today. Do you know what I mean? So this is this, and they got to play in England. Like this is probably like the maddest thing in the world for them, and it can happen to any team. That's the glory of like football. That's what the FA Cup's so famous for, isn't it? So, no, yeah, Palace are a great side. You know, repeatedly clapping the cheeks of the English champions. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, you can never count any team out on their night in Europe, and I think that's why it means so much, and that's why it's so special when you do have those nights.
I presume Larnaca just played a low block and loads of long balls. And then just
they probably changed a striker or two, and Glasner's whinging about it as we speak. But my prediction is
£200 million worth of striker in your squad. I can't believe you're complaining about low blocks. It's pathetic. It's disgusting. It's disgusting.
They didn't even exist either.
And 150 million attacking midfielder to go with it.
And apparently handsome Gravenberg, the best.
You should be well equipped for a low block.
It's disgusting. Shameless.
Yeah, no, shameless. It is shameless, yeah. But it's all right, man. We battered them, so they've got enough to hold. I've gone Arsenal 3-1 Palace. Yeah, I think they might score. And Mateta generally does really well against the good centre backs of the league. Like he's generally, finds a way to actually get a really good game against them. So I think he's the danger, and then Pino and Sarr running off in the channels. It seems to be a really good. I mean, did you guys see that Mateta had a higher XG than like most teams in the league in a single match just by himself in that game, and he missed a sitter in like the last second of the game as well. Otherwise, he could have had 4. So he's definitely crazy in form. So I think that's what it takes. It's going to take to score a goal against this Arsenal defense is a striker in that kind of form. Otherwise, no chance, man. So, but I think you guys will be strong way too strong for them in terms of the result. So I've gone 3-1. Nash has gone Arsenal to win 3-0. So yeah, he thinks clean sheets on that one. So yeah, I think we've pretty much all gone for either 3-1 or a big Arsenal win. Let's quickly wrap up the last two games then. So we've got Man City going to Villa. Johnson's gone 2-1 Man City. Ayo, what's your prediction on this?
Yeah, I think I've gone 2-1 City as well. I think Haaland's in form. I think he'll grab some more goals again. And yeah, City, they're gonna be on our heels as they are already.
Yeah, it's looking like that, man. I'm going to have to, again, hold my hands up on Cities and all my claims before we played them. As if the result wasn't bad enough. I was calling them absolutely shite and all kinds of stuff. And now
that was wild.
That's going to be bad. I'm going to be I'm having to do that all the time.
We did ask.
Yeah, I was hating. But I mean, I have to hold my hands up with Maguire too, bro. Before we made this pod, there's like about 50 episodes of me calling Maguire absolutely shite, and he's scored the winner at Anfield and all kinds of goals. Like I saw a stat that all of his last 6 goals have been winners in the last minute or like equalizers in the last minute. So I have to hold my hand up for Harry Maguire as well. Well done, Slabhead. Khem, what's your prediction on City Aston Villa then?
I went 2-1 City as well. Yeah, difficult ground to go to, but Haaland FC will carry on.
Yeah, and Villa have had a shocker today. They've lost against some sort of Eagles and in the Europa League. So
see, I thought the Go Ahead Eagles looks like a Pro Evolution Soccer name.
Yeah, that's what these lot were saying before we started recording. Yeah, it does actually. You're right. Razor, what's your prediction on this one?
Funnily enough, it is also 2-1 City, but I feel like I might have been too generous because yeah, these men are losing to the Eagles. The tush pushing that. It's mad. So yeah, Villa might be up for a bigger whooping, but yeah, 2-1.
Yeah, fair dues. Rhys, what's your prediction in this one, bro?
I went 1-1, man. I thought Villa might give a bit more of a reaction than you think. As good as City are, I do think it will be a difficult place to go, Villa Park. So yeah, I think Villa need to start picking up some points. So I just see them making it more difficult for City than you'd think. So I'm going to go 1-1.
Yeah, man, they actually looked really good in that Spurs game. I don't know if you lot caught it. Obviously, we didn't really talk about that from the last game week, but they looked really good. I know Spurs scored early and then had a disallowed goal, but I thought Villa were pretty much the best team throughout. And that second goal, the ping from Matty Cash, the takedown from Dinya, unreal.
One of the best goals you'll see. One of the best goals you'll see on the technique.
Crazy goal.
Man.
And against so many good parts of it. Yeah, and against Spurs as well. And yeah, Spurs have had, again, I might need to hold my hand up. On the last week's pod, I was like, are they maybe in the title race? Everyone shut me down. And they've lost and drawn in the Champions League since and looked absolutely shocking. So yeah, sorry to any Spurs haters out there. I should have never doubted. They're absolutely shit. So yeah, I've gone 1-0 Man City. So I think they're going to sneak a win. But this has the shades of like Haaland just gets a goal after having a very ropey time for the rest of the game and Villa having chances. But I think City are building up a bit of steam now, and the defence is looking a lot steadier than it did in those early few weeks. So I've gone 1-0 City. Nash has gone for a high score in one. He's gone 3-2 City. So we've pretty much all gone City wins except Rhys. All right, Everton Spurs. So yeah, we'll wrap up the pod with this one then. Johnson's gone 2-2. Ayo, what's your prediction on this one?
I'll go 1-1. Yeah, hopefully, yeah, Grealish should come back, I think, for Everton in this game. And then, yeah, Spurs aren't looking too good. So, yeah, I think a 1-1's probably a pretty fair result.
Yeah, fair dues. Khem, what's your prediction in this one?
1-0 Everton. I think they'll get a win.
1-0. Yeah. Razor, what's your prediction in this one?
As much as it pains me, I've gone 2-1 Spurs. I think they'll just have enough in the tank to edge it.
All right, Rhys, what's your prediction?
I went 2-1 Everton. I think Grealish back in the side. They're cooking something with Dewsbury Hall, Garner, and Grealish. I think they're going to cause Spurs some massive problems. So I think 2-1. Spurs haven't looked great ever since trying to put them in the title race. So hopefully, I just don't see them getting a result at what is it? Is it Bramley-Moore Dock? It's not that, is it?
Yeah, that's the name of it. No, Hill Dickinson.
No, it's Hill Dickinson.
Hill Dickinson. Yeah.
Mad.
Dickin what? Sorry.
Pause. I mean, it's a shocking stadium name. I don't know why
it's their sponsor. I think it's a bank or some rubbish.
It's a terrible name for
They're getting money for it.
That's definitely a Liverpool fan who signed off on that name.
It's a ploy. Yeah. All right. Cool. So you've gone 2-1 Everton. I've gone 2-2. I'd quite like it if Everton get a win. To be honest, it's only part of only side of Liverpool I can barely tolerate. And Spurs. I would like them to start dropping down the table a bit so we can, you never know. Eyes emoji, we might be able to catch up on them and sneak into that top 6 somehow. So we need some of those teams up there to start dropping. So I'm not going to back them for any kind of title charge. They're heading for mid-table, I think, from here on in. And then Nash has also gone 2-2. So most of us have gone either Everton wins or Spurs and Everton to be a draw. Only Razor's gone for a Spurs win 2-1. So lots of different results in there. Lots of different results. We should have more movement. Yeah.
No, you can't.
Sean Dyche has already won a game for Forest, and it was against Porto. I don't know if anyone's seen that, but I don't know how many games Ange lost, but I don't think I want to see that guy in English football anymore because,
So we didn't really talk about this. Just quickly talk about it before we wrap up. I know it's late. That was mad, wasn't it? 18 minutes after the game, the Greek Suge Knight just absolutely gets rid of him. He's done. And he's just like breaking news, Sky Sports News, Andrew's gone. Like, I don't think he was even out the stadium and they sacked him. What do you guys make of it?
I think Marinakis left at 60 minutes and fired him by text, apparently, or something like that.
I think he either got fired by text, like Khem said, or he got told beforehand. He was like, mate, listen, how about this, mate? You don't win today, you go. Because I was watching the broadcast at the end of the game, Ange got on the pitch and he did the teary-eyed walk around. He was waving. He was clapping the fans that stayed to the end of that. He looked like he knew he was going.
He's got 7 mil though.
Yeah, he's
7 mil, did you say?
Yeah, he got paid handsome. Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's a bit of an I think it's more embarrassing for Marinakis than what it is for Ange, because it's such a change in transition of football. I don't think Marinakis understood it. It's not going to happen overnight, especially during a Prem season. He didn't even get a pre-season. So I think Ange can leave kind of with his head held high, but he's still going to have, obviously, those opinions about his style of play. But I think it's more of a reflection on Marinakis and his trigger-happy kind of style of ownership.
He owed someone 7 million and paid it through Ange.
The things that's even sad for Ange
money laundering.
The things that's even sad.
Money laundering.
They were saying that he didn't even get a chance to since he's got there. I think 9 games or something. Not 1 week did he get to have the players because there had been 2 international breaks in between. So he literally just had no chance of implementing any ideas in that team. So it's sad for him. I think it's tough. I think it's a bad look. But Marinakis, I don't think he cares about PR whatsoever. That guy he does not care about
didn't he snitch on it as well to get Europa League?
Khem, add allegedlys to any allegations you're about to put forward, right? Because I don't want to see a big Greek shadow appear anywhere in the background of any place that I am going forward. So please add allegedly. But no, I think they all come out stinking from this. Marinakis doesn't look like far from the greatest chairman, and Ange hasn't won a Premier League game in 8 months. Right, with this stint and the last Tottenham one. So highly unlikely he's going to get another good Prem job. And obviously Marinakis is just looking terrible. The PR stinks and he's He's looking
Okay.
even worse than he did before.
He'll get a job in a lesser league though, like somewhere else.
He might go back to Scotland or
Yeah, he
you know,
will
go
do.
back out to Asia or something. But the Prem dream's over. I can't see another Prem team taking him on after this. It's so embarrassing, man. I think he's like the
Give him
second shortest stint
United.
as a manager. No
Give him
chance. No
United.
chance.
Overseas for a bit.
I'll send you a good meme of him in the Liverpool garb though as the next Liverpool manager because apparently he was a Pool fan growing up. So that's coming in the future. Look forward to that, Khem. But
One
yeah, we'll
final
wrap
thing,
up the go on,
Can I
bro.
just say,
Go on before we wrap.
an actual observation was just that I found it quite fitting that Khem spent most of the past like 10, 14 days watching his team get fried. So he decided to come wearing
Exactly.
a egg and bacon onesie or whatever to the pod. And I love that.
Mhm. He's
More,
letting into it. I respect
yeah, more visual arts in the dress code in the future, please, Khem. I love it.
it. Fair point. Yeah, he's actually ducked it because enough times passed, the vim that I had on Sunday, Monday, even on Tuesday has definitely died down by now. So well played, Khem, kind of longing out the pod selection for the date, and you've survived. But Old Trafford soon come. We'll slap you up again. And on that note, we'll wrap up the pod here. Thanks everyone for joining, and we'll see you guys next week.